What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Today we have a very, very special show. We are going to be talking about Element 280 with Dude. And today you guys are going to get something very special. Super extra epic alpha. We are going to be revealing, Dude is going to be revealing the launch date for E280. So you're going to want to stick around. This one's going to be epic. All right. What's going on, dude? I think you're muted.
There we go. How's it going, man?
Fantastic, bro. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to actually see you on screen too.
I know, dude. We've been doing it behind my logo this whole time, so
yeah.
it's so cool to actually be on screen with you, face to face.
Yeah. How's it feel to be a builder?
Bro, I'm like really honored to be in the group of builders. I'm very excited. I'm growing the beard.
Nice.
I'm doing the builder thing, but no, I'm really excited. I'm really honored. This is what a group we have. I mean, it's like a group of geniuses that are all super awesome, and everybody's got each other's backs.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. It's super amazing. All the time when I see all these projects launching, it's like all of it going hand in hand with each other, and everybody, incorporating other people's projects. Like it's awesome.
And we're staggering launches pretty good. We're kind of respecting people. Like, hey, when are you going to launch? And trying to coordinate to the best of it. I'm sure that maybe it'll actually it might get a little bit more packed coming up, because I mean, there's even more coming up.
Yes. Yeah.
We're doing a pretty good job overall.
Right. Even as founders, we're getting surprised at how there's so many more projects out there that we as founders don't even know about. It's funny.
Yeah, even my team I'm working with have projects I don't even know about, like a lot of them actually. Like but see, once you build, just like you said, once you build, you're never going to stop. Like another white paper downloaded into my head the other day, literally downloaded into my head. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I typed it out, sent it to my team, and I'm like, guys, check this out, but it's like, I don't think we're ever going to be able to stop. If we take the time to fund a project and to build it, it means that's who we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your baby.
Yeah, and it's gonna more babies are gonna keep coming. Like, I'm gonna have more children, protocol children, than actual children.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome.
So let's talk a little bit about E280. Let me get this up here real quick. We got, guys, if you're not on, and welcome everybody. We got 14 members, just the OGs who join us right away. You guys are amazing. Thanks for joining. Throw in the comment section whatever your questions are about E280. We're gonna get into E280 today, but also what we're gonna do is you're gonna hear some super great alpha here by the end of this stream on when E280 is launching. So give Element 280 a follow here on X at Element 280. We also have the Telegram link right here, guys. Is that the Helios Telegram, or is that?
We sort of, yeah. We split our Telegram into multiple channels, so
gotcha.
Yeah, it's all under one umbrella. I kind of like it that way because we have Giannis as well. So I didn't want like 3 or 4 different channels. Just put it all under one. But separated,
Good point. That's kind of like pairing with TitanX. We always pair with TitanX. We don't pair with anything else. We just pair with TitanX, and then everything's inside that. Yeah. All right, cool. What's up, Rich? Good morning, brother. Glad to have you on the stream, dude. So where do you want to start, dude? What you want me to pull up the white paper, or how do you want to? What do you want to start?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we could just just do that.
So what we're going to do, guys, just to model this, we're going to go to TitanX Hub here, and we're going to come here down to E280, and we're going to click on this white paper link, and that's going to take us to the correct link. All right. What are we looking at?
We're looking at the overview here.
I think this is one of the protocols that I think people might have had an issue. Well, I'm saying people because I said me. I didn't quite understand first when you mentioned it really what it was, but I'm starting to wrap my head around it. And it's like, it's actually massive, bro. This is like a really huge catalyst for the entire ecosystem. I think that I want you to talk on this, but like, I think what the easy button is like literally the best explanation you can have, like the TitanX easy button. So yeah, sorry, not to cut you off, but go ahead. Tell me a little bit about this.
No, that was a great intro. And that was one thing I noticed with a lot of the streams that we've done is like that light bulb moment where like you think you understand it, and then like at some point through the stream, it's like, oh yes, this is amazing.
Like literally amazing, right? And for multiple reasons. So tell us a couple of the quick reasons it's so amazing in your words.
Yeah, like you said, it was the easy button. It's really aimed to be like the one-stop shop for TitanX users. Like you know, like just as you were going to TitanX Hub to scroll down through the 30 projects, it can be overwhelming for new people. So we were trying to create some kind of solution where like you can just participate in E280, and it's essentially the same as participating in all the projects all at once. You could think of it as it's sort of just managed for you in that sense, where you just hold the token or the NFT, and you're getting that price action of all of the tokens all in one, all in one spot. Plus, as far as NFTs go, you're earning rewards as well on top of that. So yeah, I'd say like the NFT is like holding a piece of the entire ecosystem while earning additional tokens. So
now the tokens that are earned from the NFT are E280 tokens, correct?
yes. Yeah.
And then the ecosystem, when it's doing its thing, is it putting ecosystem tokens into the Helios treasury, or is there an E280 treasury?
Both. No, it's just there's no E280 treasury. Sorry. All the tokens are going into the Helios treasury, including E280 tokens. Cool. And I just want to clarify as well, like these rewards, this is not an inflationary token. This is deflationary. So you're earning deflationary tokens. So these aren't coming from just, minting. This is all coming from buys and sells. So yeah, let's rock into the next page on the 280 tokenomics. Yeah, just kind of
here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so gotcha. So this is a 28-day mint phase. Is it every day for 28 days?
Yes, 1 for 1. No change whether you mint on day 1 or day 28. It's 1 for 1.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool innovation. We haven't seen that yet.
Right. Yeah, and like if you're minting tokens, like there's really no rush, I guess, to like ape in on day 1. The NFTs are going to be different because you're earning rewards, and just like any project, you're getting tons of participation on day 1 usually. So that's going to be a little different. But with the tokens,
so you can either mint or get NFTs on day 1.
Yeah. They're both going to have a 28-day mint phase coinciding at the same range. So and then
gotcha. Cool. So after 28 days, you're not going to be able to mint NFTs anymore either?
Correct. Yeah, the NFTs and the tokens at the end of the mint phase, that's when the deflationary aspect kicks in.
Wow. Cool.
Also, you can mint these with ETH as well. So if you don't have TitanX, you can mint with ETH, and it's just going to whatever the price of ETH is in TitanX, it's just going to do that conversion for you on the back end. So if you buy in with 0.1 ETH and you get 1 billion TitanX, we're just going to mint that 1 billion TitanX into 1 billion E280.
Well, that's nice, because that actually streamlines the process, because I mean, if we got to get, our ETH into TitanX, now there is an LP fee for that swap before we actually get our TitanX into these protocols. So that's actually nice to be able to allow people with ETH to just go straight through TitanX in one transaction instead of having to do the initial swap up front.
Right. Yeah. That's, we're really trying to be the easy button all the way across the board.
Totally. You're thinking about all the easy things to do. You're like, just don't worry about it. It's still going to route through TitanX though. It's like, you're not skipping the step. You're just giving people an easier way to accomplish it if they want to come in with ETH or TitanX. So you're saying it's either or.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the same pricing either way. So
will it have the ETH kind of price there and the TitanX price on how to mint?
There's going to be a toggle. So like you're selecting the amount of E280 tokens you want. And then on the payment option, you can toggle between ETH or TitanX. And like I said, TitanX is super simple. It's 1 for 1. You know, a billion E280 costs you a billion TitanX. But if you toggle to ETH, it's going to estimate the current USD value of ETH and give you it's going to be an estimate because, like I said, we're swapping that ETH for TitanX in the background. So there's a a little bit of slippage there.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep,
makes sense. Okay.
So yeah. And then once the mint phase is over, the supply is capped, and then from there after it becomes deflationary through token burns, the buy and burn, all that stuff.
And then, we have options to burn NFTs if we want, but then if we burn an NFT, we're not going to actually get rewards anymore.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting part of your game theory. It's kind of like almost the hybrid. Well, it kind of is a hybrid. It's just
it's just a one-way street. Yeah.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah.
Totally. So that's actually going to make the NFTs deflationary as well, the actual collection.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And think about that. Like every time someone burns an NFT, your share of the rewards pool goes up because nobody can mint anymore. So
that's bullish.
Yeah. The longer you hold every time. And plus there's a tax on burning your NFT that's going to other NFT holders as well. So there's kind of like the last man standing aspect to it as well. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this is you got an amped section. It's like a supercharged. What is this amped?
Yeah. So there's 3 tiers: common, rare, legendary. And just to step back for a second, all of these tiers, they're all the same as far as cost goes. Like if you look at common, it's 100 million TitanX to mint. It's backed by 100 million E280. So you're still getting that 1-to-1 cost basis as far as using any of these tiers.
It just lets you get basically, if you want to go in bigger, you just go in bigger in one transaction instead of doing a whole bunch of the 100 millions or a whole bunch of the billions.
Exactly. Yeah. Instead of having to mint 100 commons, you can mint 1 legendary and it would be the exact same cost and the exact same rewards. Because you can see like the legendary, the reward multiplier on that is 100x. So holding 1 legendary is the same as 10 rares or 100 commons. Copy. And then the amped option is optional. You burn an additional 10% of your cost. So on the legendary, it's 10 billion cost. 10% of that would be 1 billion. You burn that. You don't get the additional backing. But what you do get is a 20% boost on your rewards. So so instead of 100x, you're going to 120x. So there's that's up to the user to decide. Like
you kind of built that into Helios though too, because when we're mining, we can add the burn piece and it would amplify our mining.
Yeah, I love the idea. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think a lot of my projects are going to have that kind of style in it. I think it's great it's optional. It gives people, one more piece to think about, like, how do I want to play this game? And
we're all here to burn TitanX. So, I mean, that's really awesome. It gives you another option to do that.
And also like the community definitely like initially I just wanted to actually burn the TitanX and the whole community was like, don't do that. Put it in your treasury. That's the same thing as burning. It's locked forever. It's never coming back. So if you're burning TitanX for this reward multiplier, that's going into the Helios treasury. So, but yeah, like if you're gonna hold this long term, I would imagine, like me personally, I'm gonna do the amped option because if you're not burning your NFT to collect that backing and you're holding it for the rewards, then the bonus 20% of rewards seems like it would make sense. But if you're gonna mint this NFT and hold it for a month and then burn it to collect the backing, then maybe it doesn't make sense for you because you're only getting rewards for 30 days and then you're trying to get that backing out of it. So it's really up to the user.
Awesome. Love it. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. We have the king in the house. What's up, Jake? Thanks for joining us, brother. We are going to be ending the stream before the spaces, guys, just so you know. We scheduled that like that because I'm definitely going to be in this spaces. It's going to be epic today. But so is this stream, so don't leave until spaces. And then what's up, TEDx? We got 73 people in the stream right now. Volable, Thomas, Kudelka, what's going on, guys? You guys are amazing. Kevin, light up. You're amazing. I love your posts, by the way, Kevin. You're killing it out there. Keto Natural and Jaco. Guys, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. This ecosystem is literally so much fun. We have friends here already. Like we have each other's backs, all of us, builders and everybody, like community members. And this is proof of community work, guys. This is what Jake was posting. It's what Mike Dean, I think Mike Dean came up with that, but we're actually TitanX is innovating so much in the crypto space on so many fronts right now. Proof of community work, MemeFi. We have this hybrid NFTs. We have this easy button, which is, basically, I think Mo called it like almost like a ETF, for TitanX, like in a way. It's kind of just gives us a taste of everything. So guys, we have, what a time to be alive and what a time to know about TitanX, because how many people know about crypto? Literally very few people in the world. Yeah. You talk to most people around, they don't even know about crypto. Then in the crypto world, call that 100% now, which is probably only about a couple percent of the earth right now. Maybe we have 5% of people that know about crypto. Well, now let's call that 5% 100%. Out of that 5%, I don't know how many people know. Oh, we have 15,000 members in Titan. We have 15,000 wallets in TitanX. Guys, that's nothing. Like this, we are like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. So you guys are so early. If you really think about where we're sitting here on the base of this mountain, we're about to climb the mountain and it's going to go like that. Well, not financial advice, but Jake wants to know, do we have launch dates on AWX and E280? And actually we do. We're announcing the launch date for E280 today. And I announced the launch date for Awesome X 2 days ago. So yeah, Jake, Awesome X is launching on October 4th on Friday. And we're gonna announce this launch date here in just a bit. So I'm gonna let Dude do that. But I'm on my phone right now. Otherwise, I'd hop on and have some. Oh, dude, thanks for that offer, brother. But yeah, man, we absolutely have to get you on at some point. But I totally get it. You're on your phone, do your thing. But we're really, really honored to be in the ecosystem that you built, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake.
2 weeks, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So I just wanted to give that little rant. But I'm back to you now, dude.
Sure. Yeah. I guess just going back to the NFTs. Scroll down to the backing / burn to claim.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is a tax on if you're burning your NFT to claim that backing. There is a 3% tax, primarily going to other NFT holders. So out of that 3%, 2.4 of it's going to other people that are holding. So I think it's a great way to allow people to play the game and try to compound their positions while still paying off those diamond hands, those people that are just,
That is really cool. That's really cool, actually. So if you hold an NFT, there's a 3% NFT burn. So when people burn NFTs, the holders of the NFTs get part of that burn tax as a reward.
Yes. Yep. Majority of it, yeah.
Majority of it for sure. Wow.
Yeah, if you go, let's go back to the 280 tokenomics real quick. We kind of glossed over the. So initially, we had it designed with nobody could claim their tokens until the end of mint phase, because we didn't want people minting and dumping on the market and reminting. And then we realized, wait, all we have to do is increase the tax rate during the mint phase and let those people do that. So if you see ROI of 30% on the website and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to mint these E280 tokens and then dump them on the market for a 30% ROI, you can do that, but the majority you're paying a high tax. So like during the mint phase, it's a 16% buy sell tax on the E280 tokens. So when you're dumping those tokens on the market, you're paying 16% tax, of which 12.8% of that is going to other NFT holders. So I'm imagining we're going to have the buy and burn running during the mint phase. So if you know anything about buy and burns, we've seen it with every other protocol out there. If there's a buy and burn running, somebody's going to be selling into it. So we felt like this was a great way to allow people to compound their position. Like if there's 30% ROI, yeah, you're paying a 16% tax, but you're getting another 14% in your own pocket so that you can, mint some more and continue that cycle. Yeah, basically it opens it up for everybody. But if you're just a diamond hand holder, you mint on day one and you just hold and sit, like you're okay with people selling into the buy and burn because primarily that's more money in your own pocket. And then after the mint phase is over and nobody can mint anymore, that's when we drop the tax down to 4%. And then it just stays at 4% for the lifetime of the token.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So we got during the mint phase, and then we go. So there's two sections, and then forever after the mint phase. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so during mint phase, it's 4x. It's normally 4%. We're 4xing it to 16%.
So you're saying, yeah, that's a good point. So that would counteract. Some people would think, well, maybe I don't want to burn it during that time or buy or sell it, but then some people be like, well, actually there is an arb potential here or whatever. So then they might do it. But if they do it, everybody that held gets a nice juicy reward for them selling.
Right. And just to be clear, like when you're minting, there's no taxing on minting. So if you're minting tokens or the NFTs, you're getting that 1-for-1 cost basis. The tax is only on the open market. So if you mint tokens and then sell on the market, you're paying the sell tax, but there's no like mint tax to get in. Just to be clear.
That makes okay. Yeah, actually, that's nice. So you can get in, but then when you
tax free
get out, you're going to pay a tax to everybody. Everybody gets the rewards. All the holders, well, the holders of the NFTs, not the holders of the tokens, right? The
exactly.
Get the rewards for people getting out.
Yep.
This is cool, man. I mean, your tokenomics are fire, bro. You have like a lot of. I really love the way you think through things, and that's sometimes why it's hard to wrap my head around it until I kind of sit on it for a while because plus when we're building something, we get obsessed with what we're building, and like we know it like the back of our hand, but it takes a little while sometimes for other people to soak it in.
Yeah, this is like, I would call this like version 3 of E280. Like because we've been playing out all the scenarios, like it was like if it was live, we've been playing all this out, and I really feel like we've got it nailed down. Like this is a beautiful setup.
So all right, where do you want to go now? What do we want to talk about now?
Let's go to the TitanX distribution. The fun part.
Here we go. So the LP. Okay, so we got an LP. The first 200 billion TitanX. Okay, gotcha. That's cool. So you're actually doing a bigger first chunk. Awesome X is starting with the first 50 billion TitanX. that'll buy Dragon X and then mint with 50 billion Awesome X to create the locked LP. But this is actually 200 billion to start.
Yeah. I mean, the reason being is because we're starting like 14 LPs. So
so you need a little thicker. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Copy.
But yeah, like one thing I want to point out is like 100% of all the TitanX that goes to buying ecosystem tokens. And I think that's a big deal. Like participating in E280 is like it's like you really are participating in every project. Like
wait, I think that just passed right over me. Hold on. You said 100% of the TitanX that comes in goes to buying ecosystem tokens?
Yes, if you're counting TitanX itself as an ecosystem token as well, because there is an allocation to TitanX itself. We didn't want to leave it off, so there is going to be a E280 TitanX pair.
I mean, that's a really good move.
Yeah, but aside from the TitanX pair itself, like we're literally buying every one of those tokens on that list.
Whoa. And this is not TBD anymore.
No, yeah. I need to update that with
so how are these percentages going to be decided? Is this decided by the DAO in a Helios DAO, or is this decided by how is this going to be decided?
Just the three founders of this project.
Copy. Cool.
And we will obviously like
is this going to have to be a 100% pool that is divvied up amongst, basically it's like 100% divvied up amongst everybody?
Exactly. Yeah.
Copy.
Awesome. And there's like, we have to take into account, community sentiment, and market caps, and then also like the ecosystem, like with Awesome X, to get Awesome X, you have to buy Dragon X. So we have to take that into account as far as like, what is our Dragon X allocation? Because say we allocate 10% to Dragon X, and we allocate 10% to Awesome X, and we allocate.
You're going to be buying off the market for all.
Oh yeah, yes.
Because I mean, there would be if you did take the same amount of TitanX and minted Awesome X on the mint day with the same amount, you're going to get a way better ratio. You're going to get a lot more Awesome X for that ratio.
That's no fun.
Okay. Buying off the market's great. I was just saying like you could maximize the amount maybe, but
realistically what it is like we would have to build a custom strategy for each of these tokens, and like that gets super complicated super fast.
Off market, just but that actually helps every token.
Exactly.
Buying off market, and it actually helps Dragon X because that's why we're paired with Dragon X. So it's like You're right. You're gonna have to look at the allocation because if you buy off the market, you're going to need to go through the Dragon X pathway to get there.
Yeah, same with Baby Dragon X, so we're going to take that into account because all three of those tokens, and you can't forget Hydra as well. So Hydra's going to be
there with Dragon X too. So yeah, you might need to actually make a decent allocation for Dragon X and then divvy that up.
Well, no, I think it's going to be the reverse. It's going to be probably somewhat lower because like all of the there's 4 ecosystem tokens that are all going through the Dragon XLP. So even with a lower percentage, you're still going to get huge buy pressure on Dragon X itself just because of all the tokens built on top of it. Yeah, like really what it came down to is we weren't sure about all the projects that we're going to be launching, if they're going to make it in time. So we didn't want to spend the time and effort to go through and create all these percentages and dial it in, and then last minute add another project and then have to go, oh shit, we gotta redial everything. So I think, although right now I'm pretty sure everybody's no, I'm gonna say no, not everything's still confirmed. We still got a few question marks as far as who's gonna launch in time.
And then Ted has a question here. As new tokens are introduced into the eco, could they be included in E280 after E280 is launched?
So what we're looking at doing is like the same thing that TitanX has. There's a V1 and there's a V2 buy and burn. So we can create, like our plan is to just create a V2, You know, like, so V1 is going to be locked in, immutable with these projects that are on the list from launch. That's going to be what it is. But then we will introduce a V2 buy and burn down the road that can introduce new tokens to that system. And then, you know, and then once we're feeding TitanX into that V2 buy and burn, now we're including more projects. So that's the solution that we came with, because we definitely want to continue to include more tokens as the ecosystem gets larger. But still, like, I feel like a lot of these are the core tokens, you know, like as TitanX is exploding and we've got 100 projects down the road, like, I feel like these tokens, these are all the OGs, like, these are going to be amongst the strongest of the tokens, I would say. So
I've never been an OG in any ecosystem, just as even a participant, let alone a builder, dude. That is so cool that AwesomeX is going to be part of the OG coins in TitanX. But
yeah,
and all of these, I mean, Helios is like a true OG. I was in day one, man. I minted with those freaking $50, $100 ETH fees day one.
Yeah.
I actually got 3 day one mints. I think I was like 200 on my H rank on one of them, and then I was like 700 on the other one. But anyways, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
On Helios. Helios is, I think, see, this is, I think, a catalyst, not just for Helios, but I think this is a huge catalyst for Helios. But I think this is actually a catalyst for the whole ecosystem as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, like, as far as Helios,
all these, are you burning all the ecosystem tokens too somehow?
Yeah, we still haven't got to the best part. Yeah.
All right, where do you want to go from here?
Well, just like, since we're talking about Helios, yeah, Helios is going to be accumulating all of these ecosystem tokens, which I think is amazing. What the community wants to do with them, you know, we'll develop strategies, we'll have votes, we'll do those things. A simple example that I've been saying is, like, with Blaze tokens, I think we just stake our Blaze and then earn ETH on that. And then with that ETH, we can pay out our stakers. We can continue to feed the buy and burn. And that's what keeps the perpetual burn going for Helios, is, you know, just continuing to develop more and more treasuries. So, like, having a Blaze treasury earning us ETH, that sounds awesome. You know, like, let's do this.
Would I'm not going to ask that question right now. Let's keep moving forward. My brain goes in too many different directions sometimes. This is my ADD. The cure for ADD is to build and make movies. But anyway. All right.
Let's run into the buy and burn. Let's go to the
buy and burn.
Yeah.
Each ecosystem pool has TitanX waiting to be used to buy and burn. Gotcha. So when it goes into and it buys these tokens, it starts filling up a buy and burn for each one of the tokens.
So let's just run it from the beginning. Like, say AwesomeX gets a 10% allocation, and there's a trillion tokens that come in, TitanX tokens. 10%, we're going to allocate 10 billion TitanX for AwesomeX specifically. And so, and then, you know, we'll have a cap per swap. So let's just say the cap per swap's 1 billion. So somebody clicks the AwesomeX buy and burn. We're going to take 1 billion TitanX and we're going to mark it by AwesomeX.
So it would be 1 billion TitanX would buy DragonX and then buy AwesomeX and burn it.
No. So yeah, you're buying DragonX, you're buying AwesomeX, and then 10% of what we acquire, we are burning. So
so you're going to actually be literally direct burning AwesomeX out of that pool.
Yes.
Wow, dude, I love it.
Yes. And then we've got 6% going to Genesis, 4% going to the Helios Treasury. So this is how the Helios Treasury is going to be accumulating all of the ecosystem tokens. So, you know, 4% of that's going into our treasury to use however the HLX community wants. And then the other 80% is going on from the AwesomeX to buy E280 and burn E280.
You know, this is interesting because you don't even have to build on these protocols necessarily in order to burn the tokens. So are you going to send when you burn, say you burn the Awesome X, are you going to send the Awesome X to the Awesome X burn contract? Or are you going to burn it a different way?
It's we're just straight burning it. Yeah.
So how does straight burning it work when is there another, are you going to create another burn address for each of these?
No, there's like all of these smart contracts have a burn function.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, same with AwesomeX. There's a burn function. So we can just call that.
Well, we have our buy and burn. Okay, gotcha. So
that's different. Yeah, the buy and burn is different.
I got you. That's a little different. I'm not a dev. I'm a creator. So
right. So yeah, like in this case, we're just buying your tokens off the market through the DragonX pool, and then whatever, say we get 100 million AwesomeX tokens, we're gonna burn 10 million of that. Just burn it, and then the other 10 million goes towards Genesis Treasury, and then the 80 million goes on to buy E280 and just burns all of that E280.
I love this image, dude. That's so freaking awesome. We need to make you a graphic art novel for this. It just is so graphic art novel worthy. This mad scientist just burning the house down.
Yeah, I do really like that image, but I feel like my favorite is on the overview, the periodic table of TitanX that we created. I think that's amazing.
I love too that you had Awesome X on there before. It's like, and then you went on Mo and he's like, I see one on here that hasn't been announced yet. And I was like, dude, I was on the stream. Like, I was like, yes, dude. So cool.
Yeah. I hope not too many people notice that. I didn't mean to like,
hey, I'm good with it, dude. I mean, I was like, I'm like, it just feels so cool to see the name like other places than I'm putting it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was awesome.
But yeah. Like, so the key here is, like I said, 90% burn, which out of that 90%, 10% of that is burning all the ecosystem tokens. So we're making the entire ecosystem deflationary, on top of the deflationary aspect of E280, which, once the mint phase is over, that's a cap supply. And it will just continue to burn.
It's funny. This is so great because Jake was talking about, don't do the weak buy and burns. Go for it, guys. If you're gonna go for it, because that's what this is all about. And I heard another influencer of another. I like Pulse Chain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything against it, but what I'm saying is, like, he was talking about how much supply Pulse Chain has burned. And he was like, dude, he was like talking about it like it was a huge good thing. And he's like, Pulse Chain has already burned like 3% of their entire supply. I was like, how is that like something to be like shilling? Like that's like 3%. Like those are our small ones, the allocations that we're throwing places. Like,
yeah, those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, rookie numbers, bro. Like we're burning like even just the base TitanX base white paper. It's burning like 58% just straight, right? And to the buy and burn. So it's like, guys, we are different. Like build on TitanX is different. It's different than everything out there. There's nothing like it, guys. We are at the right place at the right time. If you're watching this stream right now, you are really, really early. It doesn't even matter that the DragonX chart looks like a freaking rocket ship. You guys are early. Like that's the beginning of the mountain. So
yeah.
What
I really like about this too is it really does directly support these protocols. Like again, with AwesomeX, we're burning these tokens. We're buying and burning these tokens.
We're going to have buy pressure from a contract.
Right. And that's going to up your ROIs on your end. And that's going to increase participation of AwesomeX because your ROI has gone up.
Right.
And that's, so we're going to help increase participation across the entire ecosystem to keep those flywheels running, which all of those flywheels are supporting TitanX. So it's like this huge bonus that I just think it's really gonna set us on fire.
So so Rich is saying that projects that are building could also send to the E280 burn contract if they wanted to and take advantage of an already coded burn of every token in the ecosystem.
Right. So like right now you see people donating TitanX to DragonX, or
which is what AwesomeX is doing, right?
Yeah. So there's another option here now. Now people can send TitanX to the E280 burn contract, and that's going to support the entire ecosystem. You know, TitanX going into that is boosting everybody. So there's really no playing favorites at that point. You're helping the entire ecosystem. So
Wow.
that's
I
that's
love this,
something
dude.
that we're super excited to have, and especially for me personally, like future projects, I think it makes sense to divert just a few percentages of TitanX over to this burn contract to, like I said, just support everybody and really keep the flywheel running.
Yeah, my light bulb moment for E280 what happened on when you were streaming with the verse. It
Yeah.
was also the same light bulb moment he had when you's like, yeah, it was so great, that light bulb moment. I'm like, okay, it just clicked for me too. I'm like, dang, bro, that was great.
Yeah. Yes. It's to me, this is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Hey, does anybody have any questions in the chat? If you guys got any questions, throw them in the chat. I want to be able to have you guys ask Dude directly your questions. So, but yeah, so what do you guys? We have 112 people on this stream right now. This is in the morning for us. So good morning to everybody. Good afternoon for everybody. Good evening for everybody all across the world. And so thank you so much. We have a global community right now, or if you think about flat Earth, we have a full world or whatever you guys want to believe, but we are all over the whole world, our community, which is so freaking epic, guys. Yeah. When this TitanX party happens next year, which it probably will, I'm gonna say it probably will, because I want to help make that happen, because I want to meet all of you guys in real life. We need to have some kind of an NFT for the TitanX party that, like, we can all, if we have ecosystem tokens, we can mint a NFT for this party. So it's an exclusive party to where we can only go in, a collectible or something. We can only enter the party if we have like a ticket to the party, because we hold ecosystem tokens of some sort. I don't know what that means yet, but I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Let's do it. I believe Steve's spearheading that.
Steve and Vibra Finance.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea, because I want to meet all you guys. In fact, I've already met up with one Titan in Tennessee. We had a beer. It was great. And actually, there's a few more Titans on the East Coast there, I think. So, having a few, I was meeting with Jordan Riz yesterday on his stream, and he did a whole Chuck meetup where they went and drank beers, played pool with a whole bunch of their people, like in real life. I mean, guys, this is going to be fun. We can figure out, I don't know how we could do this, but there is this site called the 3 Words or something like that, where, maybe we can kind of have like, hey guys, we're going to have these 3 words, and the 3 words like line up with every square meter of the whole world. So it's like, we could say, hey, these 3 words are, we're going to be meeting up. If you guys want to join, I'm not sure, but we could probably do multiple ones. One in like East Coast, one on the West Coast of the US. Maybe, I know there's a whole bunch of people down in Thailand area or that kind of area. So anyways, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm just saying I love you guys, and I can't wait to meet you guys and buy you a beer.
Yeah. I think you're just excited, which rightfully so. I
can't hide my excitement, guys. I can't even try. Not that I would want to, but I can't hide it. We got a question from Rich. Do you think E280 would do just as well if the buy and burn would be 20% for eco tokens and 80% for E280? Do you understand that question?
Yeah, he's saying increase the allocation. Right now we're burning 10% eco and 80% E280. He's saying do 20. Oh, well, I think he's saying 2070.
But yeah, I think I like what you're doing right now personally, because what you're doing is you're lifting up the ecosystem, which is going to in effect lift up E280.
You're right, exactly. And that was one thing, like, it's hard for people to imagine, like, again, with AwesomeX, we're taking TitanX, we're buying DragonX, so that's pumping AwesomeX just right there. And then we're buying AwesomeX, which is pumping it a second time. And then we're actually adding additional buy pressure to DragonX while we're doing that. Yeah. And then burning tokens. and then continuing on to buy E280. So in that, when you click that buy and burn button, you're pumping that E280 pair 3 times with the buy of Dragon X, the buy of Awesome X, and the buy of E280. Like, nobody has seen this. This is
innovation.
Yeah,
like TitanX is innovation.
100%.
Like we are doing stuff like, and now all the builders that are coming in are also innovating on top of other innovation. None of the crypto market has ever seen any of this. When X28 comes out and introduces TitanX to the whole crypto world, guys, there's some massive catalysts that are about to happen. 369. Now, I don't know how it's going to happen, because when the hyper vortex happened, it wasn't an immediate catalyst. Like, it happened and it was like, okay, so it was like, well, nothing happened. Well, anybody that has like ADD is like, well, nothing's happening, I'm going to sell my hyper. But then it's like, if you sold your hyper right after the vortex because nothing was happening, you missed out on the ramp. So I have a feeling that there might be like a little bit of like a little delay and a slow ramp into whatever 369 is going to do, or not. Maybe it'll be a blast off. I don't know. But then that's just pre X28. Guys, we have, when you're looking at charts, like as a trader, you know, not financial advice, but it's like you look for catalysts. You look for catalysts, and you kind of, I do. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you do you. But for me, I look for catalysts, and I think 369 is a silly catalyst. It's going to be a catalyst that I don't even know what's going to happen there. But Dragon X, being as brilliant as it is, recycles everything back into the system so it doesn't leave. So I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but I think you're, like I said, you're at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Also point out the current market cap of HLX is 400K. There's 110K in liquidity, and we're getting 180K from the 369 payout. Like,
so the other thing is on HLX, guys, like this does not, HLX has the smallest supply right now of most of the ecosystem tokens on the market. I mean, it's like $500 billion, right? Am I right?
Yeah. I'm pulling up the website real quick. Let me see.
So let's get up into here. Let's go to how I did this. I'm not.
That's weird. You're. There we go. Stats.
So you guys, look at this. This is insane to me. This is liquid. There's $500 billion liquid HLX. This is, like, for me, so bullish. And then stake, there's actually barely more liquid than staked. There's like 450 billion staked. The LP has 91 billion. There's more burned than there is liquid. There's like 1 trillion between staked and liquid, and there's more burned than there is liquid. That looks bullish to me.
Yeah. And then like go to the treasury tab there. You know,
I saw this. You updated this, man. So tell me about this. Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah, so obviously everybody knows about our TitanX treasury. That was the first one we created. You know, we're looking at approximately 263K in future payouts. And also shout out to Flux. They've been really boosting us lately. A lot of, like, very little mining of HLX is going on right now. So the majority of this TitanX that's gone in is from Flux. So another perfect example of another project built on TitanX that's supporting another project. So, like, I love it. I love it. And E280 will absolutely support Flux, you know, so.
And this is the amount of TitanX that you have staked in TitanX. So you have 500,000 USD.
Yes.
Staked, which means Helios is going to get actually, this is going to, 369 is also going to boost HLX.
Oh yeah, no doubt. 70% of what we're getting. So we're looking at approximately 180K currently. So whatever 70% of that is, that's going directly into our buy and burn. And that's where I'm saying like the amount of tokens in existence is so tiny compared to what we're getting. And then the investment pool here, which I still need to expand it because, you know, AwesomeX is not on there yet. But we're going to be accumulating all of the ecosystem tokens into our treasury. That's all going to be there to support HLX. And how we do that will be decided by the community. You know, we've got our DAO, we've got votes that we do through Snapshot. We'll discuss what we want to do in Telegram and then come up with a strategy, and then we'll put it up for vote on Snapshot, where if you've got liquid HLX, you've got miners, you've got stakes, all of that counts towards your weight of your vote. So everybody's got a voice in the ecosystem, or in the HLX ecosystem. So
nobody's letting penalties happen here because we don't want those penalties to happen, but a few people have.
Yeah, a few.
It's the same. Bad idea, guys. Set your calendars for these things because you know you're gonna be like, did I let that get burned? It's like, whoops.
Yep. I feel bad for those people. Like they
don't set their calendar invites. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it is. And this is exact same setup as TitanX. We've got the 7-day grace period and all those types of things. So yeah. And for those people that don't know, there's the same setup with staking. You know, when your stake ends in TitanX or HLX, you got to claim those too, because if you do late claims, you're going to get a penalty on that as well. So
yeah, just
here's your warning,
guys. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, I remember someone was like, "Oh, it's cool. HLX doesn't have a penalty," and you're like, "Well, yeah, there is one." So you might want to claim that really quickly. Actually,
yeah. I feel bad, but you know, like I said, it's part of the game. It really what the reason for having it is like you don't want people having miners stack up over say 2 years, and then they hit the claim button of like 100 miners all at once. Then you got this huge inflation spike on the chart that nobody's expecting. Because it's not on like the Dune analytics or whatever.
Right.
Or in the premium TitanX hub.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it keeps it, consistent, like you have to claim that or you lose it. And that way those stats don't get altered. So, because there's a lot of people that are like doing the math on, well, I want to mine for exactly 73 days because that's going to put me out right at this time frame, right before this big candle, and like people are doing a lot of math on that. So
I've done that, and I've gotten the math wrong too a couple times.
Oh yeah, all the people like on day one, it's confusing because day one is day one, not day zero. So there was a lot of people that minted expecting to claim their mint and stake it right before a payout, and they got their mint claimed a day late, and they weren't able to do that. So yeah,
I know, right? That happened to me once, and I'm like, well, you know what, whatever. It's all good, but you gotta be good on the math. Don't like leave it so tight of a thing. Like give it like that extra day early on if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
So what cat did I let out of the bag, Rich? All right. So do we want to get to the juice here, or do we want to hold off a little bit? What else do we want to talk about before we get to that juice?
I think one other thing, we could go to look at the reward pool on the E280, just to explain to people where these rewards are coming from.
I did let that juice out of the bag, Rich. People need to understand that, because that's why one of the reasons I'm so bullish on HLX, and I think that it's been at a 1-to-1 ratio for a while. But like Dude and I were talking about before the stream, like anytime it dips below that, pops right back up to it right now. It's like nobody's really letting it. It looks like there's a 4+ to me when I'm looking at the chart. Actually, let's just do that really quick. When I'm looking at the chart here on HLX, where we at? Boom, HLX. This is TitanX Hub, guys. Look, cool thing about TitanX Hub too, you can just come over here and you can click on this. Eventually, we'll be able to click on the swap. That's very sweet too. But for now, we click on this chart setting, and then we can go. Right now, I'm on the daily. So I don't, indicators. I want to show you guys the RSI really quick because I like looking at RSI personally. You guys can look at whatever indicators you want. Sometimes people just look at candles as indicators, but look at this RSI. It is setting up for something. When it's down here, this is the, I mean, not financial advice, but for me and the training I've been learning on charts is that when it sets up down here, it's ready for a blast. So that's just one of the indicators I look at. But
yeah, and I you know, the milestones being the 369 payout, and then also the E280 launch. Like that's another thing we've coincided. Our, you know, you will be able to mint during the 369 payout. So if you've got TitanX staked and you're earning ETH, you'll be able to take that ETH and dump it into E280 if you so choose.
Right. Because now you could use ETH in as the, you know, but you just use it instead of converting it to TitanX right away. You just go straight, take your ETH payout, boom, put it in E280, and it'll convert it through TitanX. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, so the main the reward pool is filling up, and also I guess we didn't touch on there's no staking, there's no lockups on these NFTs. Like you just mint it and hold it. It's always liquid. You can always burn it for the backing at any point. Which if you burn it though, you're losing out on your share of the reward pool at that point.
And you're giving everybody else more rewards.
Yes. So the way that we've got the reward pool set up is it's just going to run in cycles, 7-day cycles. So every 7 days, it's just going to dump E280 into this pool, whatever it builds up, and then you're eligible to claim that. And then, you know, again, though, like you can list your NFTs on marketplaces. Like you don't have to lock any of this up at any point. So yeah, like the 4% buy sell tax on E280, like that's majority of that's going to NFT holders. And then you've got the 3% tax from other NFT holders burning to claim their backing.
But during the mint phase, this is like triple.
Quadruple, 16%. Yeah. Cool. So like I was saying, if you're minting tokens, it's 1 for 1, whether it's day 1 or day 28. I don't think it really matters. But if you're minting the NFTs, I'm expecting more participation on day 1. You know, so if you mint your NFT on day 12, you're going to miss out on all the day 1 through 11 rewards. And that's, I think, a big chunk of it's going to be up front. But
and then, you never know. Are there any penalties on claiming your rewards?
No. Like, so you can just let those sit there and stack. It's the same thing with like your TitanX or HLX staking. You don't have to sit there and claim every week. It'll just stack up on it, and you can let that sit forever. Yeah, so there's no penalties on that. So yeah.
Well, Mackenzie just said I missed the launch date. When is it? Well, Mackenzie, we've been saving it just for you for this moment in time. Well, when dude's ready.
Yeah, let's talk. I mean, the 2 weeks meme I think is right on point here.
2 weeks, baby. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
150 people are in the chat in the streaming right now. You guys are about to get some super hot alpha about E280, the TitanX easy button right now. So make sure you hit the like, make sure you subscribe to the channels, go over here to Element 280 if you're not already following them, which you probably are, at Element 280 on X. Well, really, you can just go to TitanX Hub and find all the proper links down here on E280. We are number 7. Great number, by the way. You have the Telegram and the X link official. Also go to Helios and follow Helios at Helios_HLX. Go to Crypto Awesome here, and it's at Crypto Awesome LY Crypto Awesomely. Make sure you're always checking these handles, guys, but you don't, these handles are really important because these scammers are coming out and adding like an underscore or adding like something. So just double check handles before you follow people. I know there was a Mike Dean impersonator out there. We need to make sure we, as a group of Titans, we make it very visible to everybody. Take a screenshot, tell people there's bad actors out there, and let's block them together when those scammers try to infiltrate. We do not allow scammers in this ecosystem. So Awesome X wins. Definitely go there, and then follow everybody's telegrams, which are all linked through the hub. So
yeah, I love it. It makes it easy. You just bookmark the hub, and you got all the links there.
Yep. All right. So
yeah, official date would be October 12th. We're launching on a Saturday, which is just shy of 2 weeks. And like I said, that's going to run through the 369 payout. I think it's like right at the end of October. So like the minting phase will be the 12th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, to the 9th of November. So you'll have like a full week after the 369 payout. If you're wanting to utilize those ETH funds for this, you can absolutely do that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and I think, just like you said, it's not going to be an instant green candle. I don't think it could be, but I feel like this launch is just going to be perfect timing, in my opinion, with all the catalysts we've got going on. Just if TitanX blasts off and all of these ecosystem tokens blast off with it, E280 is going to capture every bit of that. The amount of arbitrage going on between 14 LPs with all the bonded liquidity pairs is going to be amazing, if you ask me. Like we've seen like the liquidity webs created before, but we haven't seen the liquidity web on bonded liquidities, like with including tokens that are built on top of other tokens. Like I think the arbitrage plays are going to be massive in this. I really do.
I agree.
Yeah, and every time they take arbitrage plays, they're paying that tax. They are putting E280 tokens in your pocket, a deflationary token in your pocket.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
And Rich, that's a Saturday, yes. But Awesome X is going to be launching on October 4th, so 1 week before E280's launch. So it's October 4th is a Friday. And then you'll be able to claim on October 5th. And we will have another mint with a good ratio on October 11th, claiming on October 12th. October 12th is the launch date now of E280. So that's the stagger here. So you're aware.
Yep. And it's not infinite mint, right? Your minting will run.
We are perpetual.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we are perpetual, but we have a stabilization point after 125 weeks. So 125 weeks, it will stabilize at one TitanX will mint 0.08 Awesome X, and it will stabilize there forever.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. This is awesome.
Yeah, we don't want the buy and burn to ever run dry. Is the point of that? We don't want the DragonX vault to ever stop getting contributions. I mean, there might be some months on those lower ratios than that people don't mint, maybe some cycles, but overall, I think that the parity might be. Plus, we're paired with DragonX, kind of like Hydra. Hydra mints with TitanX is paired with DragonX. That's kind of our same underlying structure, which I mean is the best way to do it. People were like, "Why don't you mint with DragonX?" It's like, well, because nobody would participate. Nobody wants to get rid of their DragonX. I mean, that would have been the worst decision. We have to mint with TitanX. And now, I don't need to talk about this on this stream, but now there's another protocol being built on Awesome X that is going to burn the crap out of Awesome X, and it's also going to be able to use Awesome X as the input. So as TitanX gets more scarce, we need more fuel tokens that will be able to. People can build big bags early on to where they can actually participate in protocols where they don't have to use their TitanX. They could use some other ecosystem tokens that they built big bags of.
Oh, so. Yeah. And that's like the same concept that we've got, with the buy sell tax. Like even when because this will be the same setup. The V1 buy and burn will run out at some point, but the NFT holders will forever be earning tokens through the buy sell tax. And then obviously we absolutely intend on having a V2 buy and burn so that we can include additional projects in the future. Like we're already designing and have that concept in mind. Like this, to me, like this is like, we want this to be a core project in the ecosystem, and continue to stay relevant as far as being that easy button for anybody coming into the ecosystem.
Which is what Utah Crypto, what's up, Utah, just said, that he's getting Element 280 for his friends and family because it's so easy to manage and it gives them exposure to the whole ecosystem. So that's a really good point. All our amazing normie friends out there, they don't have to know about all these protocols. Like it can get a little overwhelming sitting here checking out this hub for new people. Because like, and this is just the beginning of this, guys. I mean, I could see this. I don't know if we should put like a bet down for everybody, do like a bet how many ecosystem tokens there's actually going to be built on TitanX here by the end of the year. But
that would be fun.
I'll tell you, it's going to be a lot more than this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It looks like Rich is doing that same strategy, doing the same. Yeah, I love it. It's just I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see what this bonded liquidity LP web will actually look like, because it's, to me, I think, it's one token pumps, and that pumps two other tokens, which pumps E280 on 3 different LPs all at once. Like the arbitrage, I feel like is just going to be just always running. I really do believe there's going to be tons of volume on these LPs, continuously paying NFT holders. So
cool, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you're awesome, brother.
I
got some swag, and I'm going to be using that to send out to people who like this kind of stuff, these little hats and stuff. But yeah, I'll be making a store, I guess. Jordan Riz told me how to do that. I just buy the stuff for right now and just ship it out to people if they want it. But I think I'll probably put a store. It's fun. These are the best shirts ever, because as you're walking around outside with these shirts, like I've never had a shirt that gets more interaction with everybody. And then in the back, it says Awesome X in the back. So yeah, anyways.
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome X.
Awesome X. Cool, guys. Well, we have 164 people on this stream. If you guys got any final questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. But I just want to say thank you so much, dude, for being here, man. I really appreciate everything you're doing for this ecosystem. I was in Helios day one. Oh yeah, you're right, Rich. Rudy does have a swag connection. Cool. Yeah, that's right. Hash swag, I think. So maybe we were hook up with them, so I don't have to worry about it. But anyways, dude, thank you so much, brother. What do you want to say to everybody before we end this stream?
Well, first, check out the Plan A space, the weekly space. I'm pretty much always there. I definitely intend on being there today. That's coming up in a few minutes. So if you got any additional questions, hit me up there. But yeah, like I feel like TitanX easy button. You really can't. That's all you got to know. That's all you need.
That's the best elevator pitch I've ever heard. It's literally like a few words. TitanX easy button. 3 words. Yeah. Best elevator pitch ever.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and I'll be cheering you on for a successful launch coming up this week. And then I'm excited to build on top of Awesome X, a week later. This is so amazing.
I know, bro. It's so amazing. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining the stream. And until next time, my name's Dave. Crypto Awesome out.